Oh gosh, welcome back to some Phat Drop Friday. Recorded, of course, on a Thursday, because I'm so professional. So, we're on our Mr. Goodbar. He has the best bar. I'd like to do some stuff with Butterfinger, but I really want to get him some better items personally before I do that. And I think we're going to do that the old-fashioned way, by doing a, good couple of things here. We're going to do some Baal runs today. That's the plan. So, actually, let's start off with a little bit of, familiarity, and there we go. I love playing Mr. Goodbar. He is absolutely one of my favorite characters to play. So, yeah, I'm doing good so far. I don't know what the difficulty's at. I should really check this before I start the video. But, anyways, yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm just gonna get rid of these boys here, and then we'll get started. Unless I've already... No, I did not kill Pindleskin. I was like, I don't see any loot. He's not dead. There we go. Now he's dead. So we can take that with us, and we'll take the Claymore, play more with the Claymore. I just really need some loot. Before I do anything else... Let's not try to get fancy here. So yeah, we're going to be doing some Baal runs today for this episode. I'm pretty excited for it because I haven't tried Baal runs exclusively on this character just yet. So let's put this over here and we'll start up the new page and we'll see where we go. It's my favorite part of this whole thing. So yeah, I'm just going to do Baal. I don't think I'm going to do Worldstone Keep. Unless I can really, really get a good idea going here. But, nah, I'm just gonna do Worldstone Keep to Baal.
I can.
Oh, look at that. That is so satisfying. I can't stress it enough, man. Playing a beefy character is so good. Not having to worry about getting absolutely Shrek'd every 3 seconds. So, yeah, how's my day going? Well, mana drain isn't cool. But my day's going okay. This is really hard to want to record because Varlamore just dropped in RuneScape yesterday. Oh man, look at that. You know what Varlamore doesn't have? It doesn't have Stygian Dolls. So I'm gonna clear these guys out because I really don't know what it's gonna be like. So... Man, I am really lucky we're not playing as a sorceress right now, because this would be an absolute nightmare. This is literally every single one of the worst enemies you can possibly get in a throne. This is amazing. So, yeah, Varlamore just dropped. I'm talking about a different game while playing this one. Go figure. Yeah, see, Baal thinks it's funny. I don't know why you don't. I have some Diet Coke next to me, too, so... Yeah, Varlamore dropped yesterday. I spent, I don't know how long playing it. I did all but one quest. I did all but the Hunter's Guild introduction quest, because I didn't do Eagle's Peak on my account. And those of you who are like, what the hell is Eagle's Peak, Seth? Is that some sort of high-tier quest in the RuneScape? No, it's like the first thing you should do to unlock Eagle System. I don't have it unlocked. And those of you who have played RuneScape and you go, okay, it can't be that bad, Seth. What's your combat level? 121. Yeah, 121, and I don't have a very, very basic quest done. You know what? It's fine. It is okay with me. It's not by choice. Much, right? No, I just haven't had time to do a lot of questing. So, yeah, but 121, Seth, really? Really, Seth? You haven't done it at level 121 with numerous 99s and numerous diaries finished? Which one do you think I haven't finished? I bet you $5 it's the desert one, because it involves using Eagle's Peak to travel to a certain location. It might be that one. Just a big possible maybe on that one. I don't know where Emilio's at. He's just around. He's somewhere. He's lurking around in a corner. But, nah, man, I'm really bad about questing in RuneScape, and you're probably like, well, why'd you do Varlamore all at once? So, Varlamore I've had my eye on since it, you know, became, you know, open for, like, voting and stuff, and I voted for a lot of the stuff in it. So I have a little bit of an attachment to it, because, truthfully, it's been... I don't know, the last update I think I went this hard on was probably like Dungeoneering when it first came out in 3. I just remember being so enthralled by that.
I can't carry anymore.
But no, Varlamore, I've had my eye on, man. I mean, I'm always down to do new stuff in RuneScape, but when it's literally brand new day one, and I saw that there's going to be new bosses, I was like, alright, let's see if I can do it. And, I enjoy it. I actually really enjoy it. I'm trying to think of the negatives I have so far with Varlamore, but I haven't got to experience just the content on its own so far. I really need to go back and get some pots. Holy shit. From what I've experienced so far, and keep in mind, this is day 2 of it dropping as of recording this. I haven't touched it yet. I did all the content, like, quests that you need to do to unlock it, except the Hunter's Guild one, which is pretty easy. I literally just spacebarred through the other 3 quests, because I just did not care. And I was like, cool, let me figure it out. I'll do it myself, and I did. I enjoy the aesthetic. I enjoy the music. I enjoy a lot of the new stuff that's added. I think it's healthy for the game to have, you know, actually new areas unlocked rather than just, you know, trying to fix dead content. I wish that would be a thing they'd do, but, you know, Varlamore I don't feel like is going to be dead content, and there's a really good reason for that, and it's because it has Radiant stuff in it. It has the Hunter's Guild, which has a similar contract system to the like farming guild, which I love. I think that's like my favorite thing about the farm guild. It's so addictive to just rack up like 6 fucking farming guild contracts and then just, oh, you cash them all in and you get like 4 Snapdragon seeds, 3 Ranar seeds, and like Spirit Pack in there because you got a Spirit seed. Oh, that is like the best feeling ever. Absolutely love Farming Guild. It's like the best content in the game in a long time, and I'm glad that it's holding in. You know, I think Farming Guild is what I think all guilds in RuneScape should be like. They should have something that relates to your skills. They should have something that relates to the actual content. They should be, you know, engaging and based on the skill. What the fuck do you use the Ranging Guild for? To buy Rune Throne Axes to go do Dagonoth Kings and you never go back there. That's my point, right? And I think, personally, Varlamore has the potential already to make this a viable thing. It's got low-intensity mining activity. I haven't tried that yet. It's got new prayer activity that's low effort. You know, and then it has a pretty good chunk of hunter-related content, obviously. That was the intention. So, you have a very strong foundation, and obviously new questing, but you know, this is gonna sound controversial, but I just don't care about RuneScape's quests. I think they're terrible. Like, well, they're not terrible, I should say. They're not terribly mechanically. They're terrible from a story perspective. Because RuneScape is a game that has like 99% pop culture references and 1% originality. So whenever they try to make quests, it just ends up like serious quest lines. It just comes off as really awkward. So my experience with Varlamore so far was this. Oh, Nuali! Okay, this is a bullshit word that doesn't matter, and I knew exactly what they were gonna do. And every NPC spoke with their own little, like, words and dialogues, and they spouted their own little... I'm like, this is bullshit, I don't give a shit. And I just spacebarred through it all. And you can be like, but aren't you a writer, Seth? That's, like, your thing. You're supposed to be like, oh, this is the best part about it. No, because RuneScape's story's terrible, and I don't care about the story in it. It's not that exciting. It's not well written. and 0% of the players actually enjoy it. The only lore I like in RuneScape is probably the God Wars lore, and that came late. Like, really late in the RuneScape lore. And you might be like, oh, how do you know? Because I've played RuneScape since like 2006. I played it before God Wars Dungeon and the whole mythos was expanded. So, believe me, if there's anybody here who knows anything about RuneScape, it's me. So, but if you're like, oh, you're not even giving it a chance, I was like, look, dude, I saw that they started throwing around buzzword-like words, like, Nuali, Huarali, this is our deity. And then they named everything complex bullshit. I'm like, this is not Morrowind, it's not gonna work. And I just spacebarred through everything. And I was like, cool, give me the new fucking content, I don't care about this bullshit. What is this? Oh, what is this? I don't know what this is. I'm very interested. So, yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, it's gonna be like something lame. You know, I just don't care enough. The Face of Horror. That is a terrible item. I should have known that. There's our first drop of the day. Oh, boy. Oh, that's just great, man. Wonderful. Why don't I do this? There we go. So I was just like, oh, yeah, cool. They're gonna make new lore. And they did the exact same thing I knew they'd do. And they tried to cram in as many buzzwords and new things as possible to make it seem like it's really important, and I do not give a shit. Like, I appreciate the creativity that went behind it. I really do. But, I just don't care. RuneScape is sarky and referential. It doesn't have a good story because of that, too. It suffers a lot from it, in my opinion. Because they just now try to inject a story into a game that had ultimately no story. It had lore, but no story, like, to speak of. And, you know, I'm just gonna say it. What the fuck is going on over here? Can I jump out of this? Thank you. Holy shit. The moment I saw the character that was like, oh, I know you, you have the face of blah blah blah, I'm like, alright, this is gonna be one of those, like, this is death. I'm not gonna die. I was like, oh boy. Why? There we go. I was just like, this is gonna be one of those quests where it's a corrupted thing, it's exactly what it's gonna be, and then the character, the prince, is actually gonna be the bad guy. I already know this. This is just... Or he's either gonna be the bad guy or a sub-bad guy that's, like, in on something, related to an ancient cult that they've already I saw that from the spacebar smashing. I was like, ancient cult, yeah, I got it. And I already kind of knew a lot of it because of the Forthos dungeon in Karen, so I was like, wow, Forthos and 4T, Ralos worshippers in the dungeon, this is probably going to be something that comes up in the storyline, I bet you $5. And so I'm not surprised, I don't really care. Like I said, I just can't get invested in RuneScape story, it's just not very good. And you can be like, oh, but I love their progressive and incredible storytelling. It's like, it's not that good. And it really shows sometimes. So for me personally, I could care less about the lore. My main thing was, oh boy, what kind of sick drops are we gonna get? You know, that's unfortunately where my mind's at. And because it's like, okay, here's a good example. Real talk here. Let's talk about Diablo's story. Diablo's story is established. It's got, like, well-established lore. It takes itself seriously, so the story is a little bit more easy to, like, digest because of that, you know? So, like, what's the story of Diablo? There's 3 primevals, they gotta die, right? Because fucking hell, they made me lose experience. And, I'm just getting the worst luck possible here. This is, honest to God, the worst luck I could possibly get. So, yeah, like, the storyline of Diablo makes sense, because it's actually well handled and not terrible. Up to Diablo 3, obviously, because Diablo 3's story is fucking shit gravy. So it works, right? You can get invested in the story, because it's taking itself seriously. The items aren't based on, like, 350,000 different pop culture icons, and characters don't spout off, you know, whole bunch of like complicated like histories and stuff. They just tell you the basic information about the world, and you can just fill in the rest. The problem with the new RuneScape lore is like they just try to inject new languages and fake stuff in it that doesn't matter, and I just don't care. Because ultimately, if you're like the 1% of people that's into RuneScape for the story, you are the 1%. I'm sorry. There's nothing good about it. I'm sorry. If you try to argue with me, I'm just gonna tell you you're wrong because I played the game longer than you probably have. And you can be like, oh, it's gatekeeping, but I'm like, no, it's just true. Varlamore itself, appearance-wise, absolutely really cool expansion. I am very happy with the art they chose for it. You know, this is the huge problem with a lot of new old-school content, is they try to make it, like, over-detailed. I think TOA was kind of like that. A lot of Tombs of Amaska looks overly detailed. This is kind of straddling the fine line. It looks like old-school aesthetic from 2007, 2009, maybe era RuneScape. And it still has the old-school aesthetic of new content that comes out nowadays. So, from what I've seen so far, I walked over the entire continent, I looked at all the new stuff as much as I could with the time I had last night. Fuck this goddamn bullshit. This is like the most aggravating spot in the game right now. You could be like, well, Seth, it's the hardest dungeon. I know that. I'm not that stupid. But, so from what I experienced, I thought it was fine. I like the aesthetic. I really like the, I'm actually probably going to do it right after this session here, is, well, actually, no, I have a surprise. I'm going to record something after this session, probably. Or the next day. I'll actually probably just play RuneScape after this, but... no, I really like the, what is it, it's called, like, something Twilights? Eclipses or whatever? That's a really, really cool dungeon. I like the aesthetic in it. I like how it's similar to Barrows, but it's not randomized. It's a static dungeon map. I like that. Let me get some more pots and repair. I'm really happy with the music direction as well. I don't think RuneScape's had bad music in a long time. I don't think there's objectively a bad RuneScape track, except the gnome stuff, because it's awful. It's because, like, they use this, like, very specific... Anything in RuneScape that uses the whistle sound effect, the like, synth sound, I'm like, yeah, I don't like that, it sounds awful. But no, I really like the new music. It's got some kind of metal inflections into it. I just really like it. It's really quite good. I had no issues there. Like I said, the art style's fine. It kind of feels a mixture of like Priff with like a bit of what they were doing with TOA and that whole Beneath Cursed Sand storyline. That kind of like, you know, I think that's the problem. Is a lot of the mobs and stuff in TOA look way too over detailed for RuneScape style, and I know it's not like it's entirely a personal preference thing, but I don't know, I just never liked it. Like, look at Temekin and everything. They look really weird. Like, they're just too ultra detailed, I guess. I don't think it's bad, it's just I don't personally like the aesthetic as much. But I definitely would say it's a really good mix so far. I like the kind of Greco-Roman with Mesoamerican. It looks really cool. I really like Mesoamerican history and a lot of the art style from that like area, so I'm already like kind of a sucker for it, you know? But oh god, get the fuck out. This is like the worst run so far. And he's gonna spawn in the boys. This is not where I want to be. Get out of there. God damn. Oh, I'm just getting smashed. This is really awful. But I wanted to do Baal today, so fuck me, I know, right? No, I really like the art style. I think it looks really pretty. I think it doesn't mesh 100%, but it has this... It's so awkward that it kind of works together, you know what I mean? But I will agree, I think, on one comparison here, I think if there's one thing I do not like, it's What is this? Oh, pff, gross. If there's one thing I really don't like, I don't like that they just kind of tried to basically be like, lol, it's a Dark Souls joke and let's make an entire armor set and thing about it. And then like take that into like this entire cultural concept. And that's exactly why I can't take RuneScape story seriously, because let's be real here. The only reason that people probably voted for it initially was because they were like, lol, it's a Dark Souls reference. And I was like, I get it. And then they basically just turned that into like an entire culture out of a dumb, like, joke reference. Like, personally, I hate that. It's like, it's not even original. It's not even an original logo. It's the fucking, like, Warriors of Sunlight from Dark Souls. That's exactly what the logo is. It's not even, like, fucking slightly different. It's the exact same one and the exact same color palette. That's why I'm like, yeah, this is why I can't take RuneScape story seriously. It's just fucking taking other... It's like fan fiction. It's just like, you didn't make it, it's just other shit you put in there and just called your own. It's why I don't respect it or consider it real writing, really, is because I'm like, it's just taking that concept and just rolling with it more. Like, you made an entire storyline and culture based on a reference. It's like Trollolol guy, except an entire religion based off of his face. Like,
I can't.
It's not creative, it's just, well, it's creative, but it's not original at that point. It's just taking something that already exists and just warping it to be like whatever. And it's kind of like, okay, I can get where they're coming from, because the sun symbol is a classic, like, Mesoamerican, like, symbol for sun gods, right? We all know this. This is, like, the entire point. But you made the armor set look exactly like Solaire's. That is fucking lame. And the only difference is they have a stupid smiley face on the front of it, which makes it look even worse. But it's better than Proselyte, so you're more inclined to go do it right. Like, that's the only reason I care. I'm like, cool, I'll do the arena when I have time, but I'm like, yeah, it's better than Proselyte. I don't care about the references and shit behind it. I like it because it's a better armor set than Prosy. Prosy's great, though. I'd still say if you're gonna do, like, wilderness content, Prosy's probably your better bet, in terms of, like, you know, going out there and doing dangerous activities, because you have prayer and defense kind of on your side. I mean, it depends. It all depends on the person, obviously, but for me personally, I'm like, yeah, that's the only reason I want to do the arena content. Plus, I loved Jad, and I still think Jad's one of my favorites. Could I do Inferno? Oh, fuck no, not yet. But, can I hit Baal eventually here? Thank you, that took way too much work. What is this? Double axe. What is this? What's this gonna be? Oh man, that was a nightmare, Jesus. But like, I don't know, man, I can't find interest in a storyline that's just literally plagiarizing something else. It's just not exciting. Yuck, that is awful. Oh, God. We have got 2 items from Baal so far, and they've all been hot trash. Ugh. Let me adjust this. There we go. I keep having to...
Not here.
No, my audio channels are kind of screwy.
Not in town.
Hang on.
Not in town.
That's better. So it's like, why does RuneScape continue to try to make their stories complex? It's not going to get deep. But, you know, other than that, let's talk about those new bosses, though, man. Those fucking Eclipse boss was my favorite so far. God damn. That is like... that's how you do a boss. That was a new mechanic. This is death. I'm not gonna get caught up in that. You know, that is a sick mechanic. Those of you who don't know, what it does is you have to, like, let's just pretend that this is the boss. You have to go boom, and then let's pretend he teleports over there. Boom, you gotta go boom, 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 and every time you miss, you take, like, what, 20 damage? That's fucking sick, dude. That is awesome. That is such a cool thing. Sucks ass if you're in Australia or something. But that's not my fault. You're running off of Kangaroo Sticks and Stones internet, okay? That's not my problem. But that is such a fucking cool mechanic. I can't stress enough, I love the Eclipse Moon boss. That is so fucking cool. That is my new favorite boss they've added in a long time. The Blood one beat the fuck out of me. I didn't die. I think the lowest it knocked my health down to was like 54. I have 98 HP for the record. And, I mean, obviously I went in buffed. I went in there with like, I just went in with Sharks, Karambwan, Stamina Pot, and Super Combat, and that's it. I didn't go in there with anything. So I went in there with full Bandos and what else? I went in there with Ostemon's Fang. So I had, you know, actually you're supposed to use Slash, but I looked at the, like, glance at like the weaknesses, and apparently it's so negligible if you're already a high enough combat in like the 90s like me. I have 90 everything, actually 99 everything except defense, so it doesn't really matter. The overall like damage roll doesn't really. I'm sure this is gonna get like sweaty try-harded out in like the next. It's probably already been done, but I definitely didn't have any issues just using Fang and Defender. I completely went in there unprepared. I didn't know anything about the bosses. I just saw that they might be weak to this. Okay then, and then I just kind of winged it. I personally like the raid mechanic, and that your contribution doesn't affect other people's fight. I like that. At the same time I don't, but I like it because it means if someone fucking whiffs on you and it's not your fault, because it's kind of mass style right now. Maybe there's going to be official worlds for it. Perilous Moons, that's what the dungeon's called. You know, if it's like continuously singles plus, like always, that's fine. I think that's okay with me. Because I personally don't mind that. That's good for people that go in with teams, they can have their friends come in, you know, it's a good experience, I think, personally, and I like the idea that you're interacting with other players. I got a scratch, hang on, there we go. I like that you're interacting with other people, technically, while you're doing the raid, and it's Barrows-like, so you need to do all three. I really like that. I think the Blood one slapped the shit out of me the hardest. That one was absolutely fucking not playing around. I kind of winged it, because like I said, I went in there pretty much blind. I had no, like, guide on hand. The only thing that was available was what was on the wiki, and it was like, has a special attack. I was like, I'll figure it out. And I just, like, I didn't even, like, care about the fucking shiny spot you gotta stand in, because I glanced that in the, like, the quest dialogue. I was like, oh, okay, I gotta probably stand somewhere. And the rest of it I didn't look at. I saw that each boss had 2 special attacks. I didn't read what they did. I just kept doing it and just played it and figured it out. The ice one I kind of like. I only got hit one time doing it, and I was like, oh, fucking hell. And I got hit pretty hard too, and I felt really embarrassing because I was one of like 3 people that get attacked. And I was like, oh, I'm embarrassing. But the Blood one was pretty fucking cool. I like the Blood Jaguar. That was really annoying. That one so far seems to be the most annoying, because I don't think that you should. They should just have one. This might all change day 2, day 3, whatever, but I think there should just be one on screen. There shouldn't be like 3 or 4. Those are just dead space. They don't do anything because you're only attacking the one that's in your square or whatever. That one, I think that could do with a little bit of work. At least different animations, maybe something, I don't know. It's only part 1. It's gonna get launched in 2 separate pieces, so I'm not like super shocked by it. You know, I'm like, oh, that's fine, dude. I'd rather have what is done and actually is pretty good, like, on hand now. Because it's pretty fucking massive. I mean, we got so many big updates this year, it doesn't bother me at all. But I thought it was fine. The ice one was okay. I like Eclipse the most. I think Eclipse has really good mechanics in it. I love the fucking, like teleport mechanic. That is so good. I hope they incorporate that into other things later on, because that was really cool. I mean, I didn't know that we could do that, and the first time it did it was like, holy fuck, whoa, like that. Oh, there is one over here. He's in the fucking corner, you bitch. That was a really cool moment. I mean, I got like the ooh, like that tickles me in the good way feeling when I was doing it. Yeah, I don't know. The ice one I could take or leave. I think the ice one's fine. I noticed it had some sort of ice proc, but I wasn't paying attention to that very much. I was more or less just trying to figure out where to stand and what to do. I'm still not sure if protection prayers actually do anything in that fight yet, but, you know, it's okay. I can't complain. That's the main thing. I think I didn't take super high damage. I was hitting like 70s every fucking hit, so I definitely know I was certainly contributing to the fight. And I kind of figured, okay, so we gotta stand on the tiles that have the dudes on it. That's cool. And, you know, I dodged the fucking blood attack. I dodged the fucking ice attacks. You know, like the part where the ice one throws down the bullshit and you gotta hit it. Like, I figured that all out in 2 seconds. You don't need fucking tile markers in RuneScape, you fucking baby. And I have zero experience with this content. It's brand new. And I did just fine. Like I said, if you want to sweat it up, that's cool, but I didn't have any issue with it. I did all the quests with just loose information. The one I didn't like, though, was the Perilous Moon quest, because I think it was because I was running on E at that point from the whole day. I'd been up since like 6, and it was kind of a busy day at work. It wasn't like super crazy, but I was really hyped up, you know, and I was like, alright, let's do this. And I kind of was already getting kind of tired. Oh, Jesus. It was like 9 o'clock at night at that point, and I was like, I need to do it. I need Varlamore done. And, so yeah, that was a little bit to do with it, and I was really tired of the bullshit dialogue at that point. I was like, I don't fucking care about these blue frogs and the fucking thing. The thing that made me laugh, though, in the frog quest was, the little, like, dramatic, oh no, look, it's Thurflar or whatever, the frog lord, and he has 1 hit point, and he dies after, like, this dramatic music comes out. That was funny. I actually kind of got a chuckle out of that. But other than that, I couldn't tell you why they're arguing with the other guy, the teak wood farmer guy. I don't know what their deal is. I don't care. I don't care. It's a teak wood patch. It's all that matters. I have max farming, so it's kind of pointless, but, you know, it's like, cool, I'll do this content now. And, you can be like, oh, well, you're gonna hate when they have, like, the new lore come out and you don't know what the fuck's going on. I'll just read the Wikipedia page for it, because it's a lot easier, or the wiki page, because I don't have very much time. I'll probably read it later. I already have a gist of what's going on in the story already. I already knew. I was like, oh no, the assassination attempt, and the guy gets killed, and your character goes, how barbaric. And I was like, wow, way to be a racist, you know? It was good. That was a very fun moment for your character to be very racist. It was amazing. We don't solve things like that in blank and blank. It's like, they didn't say that, but that was basically the gist I got. It's like, uh-oh, they have militaristic dogma laws. Uh-oh, there's a trouble a-brewing because it's such a magnificent land, and here's where the magnificent land starts being a little dodgy. I was like, yeah, this is gonna happen eventually. Like I said, I just don't care about RuneScape story. It's just not very good. And I'm happy that they tried. I really am. But you know what? If you like it, great. I personally don't. But if you do, I'm happy somebody likes it. Someone's gotta like it. And I'm glad it's you. So, come on, Baal. Are we really? Why are you laughing at me? There's just one of them. Come on, man. Now there's 3 of them. That's not what I wanted to have happen. Damn it. I don't know. There hasn't been very many monsters I've noticed that they've added. They've added like that sulfuric thing. I think it has like a rare drop, right? Like the dual blade. But the problem is, in RuneScape, it's so hard to, like, switch things up and, like, use two-handed weapons. It's such a gamble.
Can I help you?
So, I don't know, maybe it's good. I'm definitely not the, you know, level category for it, so I can already tell you that much. Mentality-wise, probably. I do like how the new armor set's better than Barrows. That's something that I think that has been needed for a long time. Because as it stands, there's no in-between. It's Barrows, and then God Wars, and then, like, Nex. And then, like, raid content. That's it. Like, there's no in-between. And it's degradable, which you can hate me for saying this, but I don't mind degradable equipment. I think it actually is pretty solid. Because if you're using a high-end item, it should cost you something. You should have to, like, have a higher resource value that justifies the cost of the item. Because items don't really have durability in RuneScape, unless it's like a Barrows item or charges. You know, I think that's a good system, because otherwise there's... What else are you gonna do with 8,000 blood runes, right? You know, you're gonna fucking slam it in your stabs and your scythes and your whatever. So it's like, cool. And it was cool, I saw people with scythes, I saw people in shit gear, Barrows gear. You know, I saw people with the same outfits as me. I saw people wandering around in all sorts of outfits. It was really cool to see, you know, the amount of people out there just having a grand old time figuring it out. I saw people pickpocketing, you know, people doing hunter shit. It was really quite a good experience. That's what I've wanted to see that for a long time, is people just breaking out of their comfort zones, you know. That's important in RuneScape and in real life. You know, they were basically just playing the game, and I think that's the best thing that Jagex could do, is make people play the game, and that's exactly what we saw. It was really nice. Yuck, that is doo-doo. Let's take a drink in. No, I was really happy just to see all the players active. It was really quite cool. I didn't get griefed or anything. No one was like, it's fucking this way, stupid. No one was doing that. That was kind of relieving, you know. There wasn't asshats arguing over what weapon to use during the boss fights raid, which I was really proud to see. I mean, I'm dead serious. I went in there with a bludgeon just in case, but I was tempted to bring in a DHW, or DW. You know, that was like, should I bring this with me? And I just decided against it, because I'm like, if this is mass, because I saw it was singles plus, so I was like, okay, there's probably like more than one person in here doing shit. So there's probably, you know, someone debuffing, so it's not a big deal. But I was tempted to bring it. Maybe next time I will. I don't know how much of an effect it's going to have if it's a mass like that. But we'll see. I think that's the important thing to say, is we'll see. There's a lot of potential for the content to grow. I'm really excited about the prospect of the new mining activity, because as it stands, mining has been kind of shit for the last couple of years. You know, there's Motherlode Mine and there's Motherlode Mine. You can say use Blast Mine. No one does Blast Mine except crazy people. The dynamite process is so fucking arduous, dude. I don't want to do it. I did it when Favor was a thing, and it was very easy. I surprisingly didn't have any issue doing it. I thought that was actually kind of cool. But no one's going to take that much time to make dynamite to do this, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. Ultimately, though, I think, you know, mining just needs more stuff. I don't mean, like, don't just slam iron rocks in an area and call it a day. No, mining needs an overhaul. There needs to be a low-intensity method and a high-intensity, non-sweaty method. If you're tick manipulating granite, okay, I'm sorry, but you're playing the game wrong. That's not how mining was meant to be. You just discovered a mechanic. I 3-tick mine iron every now and again, but not, like, religiously. Like, I do it if I'm absolutely just like, you know what, I want to do this just because I can. But no, that's not like an intended method in the game. No one likes that. No one wants to do that. Motherlode mine, it's okay, but there's nothing to do like after like 5 minutes. So I don't know. Star mining's interesting. I like star mining. I don't do it, but I did it to get my celestial ring. I was like, yeah, this is okay. I can see why people like this. There's no smithing integration and crafting integration, but that's fine. I mean, it's low intensity. You shouldn't be rewarded that highly for it. And I personally thought, yeah, this is fun. I like it. I can see why people like it. That's all that matters. I can understand why people like it, and that's the only thing that should matter, really, at the end of the day. Is I understand you. Well, maybe. No, I think there needs to be, like, something that involves mining that's not like Volcano. That Volcano requires prif, and I think that... No, wait, does Volcano require prif? I think it does. I'm pretty sure it requires prif. And not everyone does that. Like I said, there's a lot of characters in the game that haven't done basic shit because no one likes doing questing. The only reason people do questing content is to get past it to unlock other things, and I'm in that same category. Like, I've done While Gothic Sleeps in the past. It was actually one of my favorite quests in original RuneScape because it was really fun. But I was a lot younger. I thought RuneScape was the greatest story ever. It's really not. So yeah, While Gothic Sleeps was cool, but you know why I also did it was Tormented Demons, or Tomato Demons as we used to call them. But you know what, that's the problem is we're running into in RuneScape old school style is, well, we already have Tormented Gorillas and Demonic Gorillas, which basically are Tormented Demons, like fundamentally and mechanically. Except that actually Tormented Demons used to drop Dragon Claws, and that was really fucking cool. But Dragon Claws were, I don't even remember how much they were. They weren't that much back in the day. I think they were only like 3 mil or something, which in old RuneScape wasn't a big deal. In like halfway through the game, like its life cycle. By the time While Gothic Sleeps came out, it wasn't a big deal. People PK'd with them all the fucking time. And that's why in current RuneScape they're, are they? Yeah, they're top, right? I think they're top. Or maybe they're cocks. I don't know, they're fucking high tier. You gotta do raids to do it. That's all there is to it. So people are like, oh, what the fuck are they gonna do? There's already Tormented Gorillas and Demonic Gorillas. What are we gonna do next? And I'm sure there'll be something. And yeah, I know people can be like, well, the complexity of those enemies goes out the window. Hi, Framped. The moment... What? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna yell at me? Really? Wow. Wow. No, you're just gonna stare at me really awkwardly? Okay, that's fine. No, I don't know. I think there'll be something. You know, there'll be something to do it for. Framped, don't even do it. Don't get under there. Get away from there. No, get out of there. He's trying to get under my table, and I don't want him to do it because he could turn off the power. I don't remember what I was going to go for. Was it Frenzy? I don't think so. It's not very high. Look, I'll do it. I'll start going into getting find item, because I know somebody wants me to do it. But yeah, personally, I'm like, they'll think of something to add. Like Desert Treasure 2, I don't care about the Desert Treasure storyline. You do Desert Treasure because you want to get fucking ancient magics. You don't care about the story in Lunar Isle. I don't even remember the name of it. Lunar Diplomacy. You don't give a shit about Lunar Diplomacy, the quest. You do it because you want to get lunar magics and more stuff unlocked. You know, you see my point exactly, right? So it's like, I personally did like While Gothic Sleeps, and I liked Nomad as a boss. Spoiler alert. I'm sure they won't change that. But, you know, that was... He was fucking cool. He slapped my ass back in the day. It was really cool. It was fun to see a quest boss actually have diversity in mechanics back in the day. Quest bosses were the only things that had, like, diversity. Them and God Wars was about it. And so it was really cool to see, like, a... like, actually engaging boss fight. So I couldn't complain. But they had, you know, that was a cool thing. I think that's the thing people like. They like a quest line that has, like, an interesting boss mechanic, interesting storyline sort of stuff. You know what nobody wants is those garbagey one-off puzzles. That's, like, the one thing nobody wants. That is absolutely 0% of the player base wants that. No one wants to do your weird one-off gimmick puzzles that you think are cool. Because you programmed them on a Tuesday night and you thought they were the coolest thing ever, and that everyone's gonna love your little puzzles that you designed. No, no one fucking likes them. They're awful. Like, get over it. There's 0% of players enjoy them. I like slidey tile puzzles, but that's because I'm fucking weird. I absolutely enjoy doing them. Every time I get them, I'm like, oh, these are fun. I actually like these. I'm talking about the weird, like, fucking, like, balance to this equation to do this, to do this. It's like, fucking stop trying to make me feel like I'm in school. I just want to hit shit. Like, that's all there is to it. You know, and you could say, I thought you appreciate games with complexity. I do, but RuneScape does not handle it very well. Because it relies on old adventure game logic at times, which is very dodgy and very poorly implemented. Trust me, if you've ever played an old, like, LucasArts game or Sierra Online game, it's like that. Just, okay, like, RuneScape and stealth mechanics. There, that's all I gotta say. Every RuneScape stealth mechanic in a quest, like the troll one, fucking the fucking one... All I gotta say is go to Berthorpe. That's all I gotta say is go to Berthorpe and go do the fucking thieving minigame thing, and then tell me that you think stealth mechanic in RuneScape is great. I don't think you'll find you have very much company there. It's really bad. I see shit like that they should just never keep trying to do. It doesn't work, no one likes it. And the only reason they put it in there is because one coder is like, I actually like this puzzle, it's really cute, it's really creative. No one likes it. Fucking stop putting it in the game. Make it like an actually mechanically engaging puzzle, not something that's like fucking gross. Elemental Workshop! Do it like that. Elemental Workshop was great. It was a fucking slapdash, fantastic kind of like adventure quest. It was fun. They're not complex, no, but they are fun quests to play through. I like them. They're great. Take cue of what works and... Oh, it's like the fucking grid puzzle in Regicide and... What is the other one? Oh, they're all garbage. That's shit like the balancing acts and stuff. I'm like, no one likes that. Stop putting it in the game. Like, no one finds that fun. Framp, do you find it fun? He's just staring at me like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, man. There's just some things I just want to tell the developers, this isn't good. Please. Learn from your mistakes. Making untradeable, like, required things is great for game integrity, but aggravating for everyone else. Alright, I forgot I don't have good lower Kurast. Well, I do, but it's not great. I'll just pull off this lower Kurast and then we're gonna be calling it an episode. My voice isn't feeling very good either. I don't feel great. It's not sickness, I'm still recovering from that weird cold thing I had. And it's allergy season has just started officially. People are whacking stuff down. There's... You know, it ain't fun. That's all I can tell you. It ain't fun. It ain't pretty and it ain't fun. You know, as soon as it starts to get like this outside, it's just... game over,
I am
man.
overburdened.
Nothing you can do about it. Flawed Topaz. That was really not a good session. I mean, you can't win them all. That's gambling. So, actually, before I leave, let's put this back to players 1 so I don't forget. So yeah, we got Face of Horror, Blade Bone, the Ornate Plate, kind of the only thing worth getting right now, honestly. And then the rest is just gold. So that kind of sucks. But that was alright. I've done better. But Mr. Goodbar can handle Baal, which makes me very happy. Other than really bad luck, he does pretty well. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Wait.
Thank you. Time to die.